나처럼 groovy하게 나처럼 groovy하게.
It has been a long day for us Revel Loves, but we are finally going to talk about Irene and Seulgi's debut. In case you guys couldn't tell, Red Velvet is one of my ultimate groups, and I've been extremely excited for this debut for quite some time. Just because they are one of my favorite groups doesn't mean that I'm going to hold back on my opinions, though. I will be talking about the promotion so far, the music video, the title track, and the album as a whole. Let's get started. So obviously I can't talk about music show appearances yet, but I'm sure they're going to be amazing. But what I want to focus on here is SM's poor management of this debut. This album was originally supposed to be released in June, but then they pushed it back to July to improve the quality of the release. I didn't particularly mind this since I wanted the album to be as good as possible, but I feel like you should have a good idea of how an album is going to turn out before you announce a timeline to the public. I also feel like they could have released more teasers. Even though they announced the plan to debut months ago, the promotion still felt kind of crammed. There were only 2 short instrumental teasers and 2 video teasers, plus some interviews, but I'm not really counting that. I wasn't expecting them to go all out and release sample videos for each songs like they've done for NCT and Taeyeon, but I was hoping that they'd at least release a sample medley or some extra visual teasers like they did for Baekhyun. But to make matters worse, they kept delaying the release of the music video and didn't really give a proper explanation as to why this was happening. I saw some comments saying that it had to be re-edited because it was too sensual. I don't know if that's true, but SM has literally been one of the biggest companies in K-pop pretty much since K-pop was started, and there's really no excuse for this level of unprofessionalism. This would have been bad enough for a comeback, but this is a literal debut. They should have been going all out to make sure that it's successful. Also, when the album dropped, one of the songs, Naughty, was missing from streaming sites. Apparently, SM will be releasing it as a follow-up single, which I'm excited about because that means we might get more promotions and another music video for the song. But I also feel like they should have prefaced this earlier rather than making it seem like a B-side for the album. I didn't even know that they were doing this until I saw fan sites sharing the news. Anyways, I guess I'm tired of seeing SM doing the bare minimum to promote my favorite groups, but that's nothing new, I guess. I just hope that they don't end up sidelining them for music show promotions like they did for OGG and EXO-SC's debuts, but I think they will end up getting to properly promote their songs after this mess. Now, let's talk about this music video that took SM 16 extra hours to upload after pushing it back for weeks. This music video was a masterpiece. I wonder why exactly it took them so long to upload it, but I'm happy that it's finally here. The video is stunning, the sets are all gorgeous. I really love the lighting for this video, especially in the shots with the stained glass window. The colors they used are very bold and visually stunning, yet there's a sort of harshness and coolness to it. I think this really complements the theme of the song. You know the monster will hurt you in the end, but you can't look away. They'll steal your heart, but you'll gladly let them take it. The one thing I didn't like about the video was that one shot where there's like a CGI demon face that pops up in front of Irene's face. I felt like it looked a bit tacky, and the symbolic implications offered throughout the music video had a much stronger impact on portraying the whole theme of them being monsters, in my opinion, rather than them including something so blatantly obvious and Halloweenish. The styling is god tier, and we better see them in some of those outfits when they promote. They perfectly manage to complement a sense of dark glamour, hinting at poison beneath the beauty which they display. Also, this is how you give idols sexy clothing without restricting their movement. I don't know who dresses Joy regularly, but they keep giving her these short dresses which she can't move in, and I'm so happy to see that they gave the girls shorts for the shots where they're dancing, because this choreography requires so much movement. Speaking of the choreography, I absolutely love their dancing in this song, and I cannot wait to see the full thing for the remainder of their promotions. I feel like sometimes Red Velvet's choreographies don't really complement their strengths as dancers, but I think the sharp and powerful choreography works well for the two of them, and they've definitely built enough chemistry as a duo to make the performance seem engaging. I think the concept also suited them really well. While I think Seulgi pretty much pulls off everything that's given to her. I feel like Irene isn't as suited for the Red concepts, especially in live performances. She gives off a colder, more elegant aura when she performs, so although I'm a little sad that we aren't going to get our annual Red Velvet summer comeback, I'm happy to see that they found an image that complements both of them. As for the title track itself, in all honesty, I didn't fall in love with it at first listen, but it is starting to grow on me. Maybe part of it is because I listened to the song without watching the music video first, and I do feel like the video enhances the experience. I think it's a very well-produced track, but I guess the drop just wasn't really for me. I prefer songs like Psycho where they're singing throughout the chorus. This was probably my least favorite song on the album. I definitely see why they chose it as the title track, and I do think it was a wise decision to do so, but just based on my personal taste, I don't love it as much as I was hoping for. Now, moving on to the album, the one thing I can count on SM for is being able to produce great music. This album is a masterpiece, and if you love Red Velvet's Velvet side, especially their Perfect Velvet album, you'll love this one as well. Irene and Seulgi definitely nailed it in the vocal department. Their voices have a sweet and smooth tone. You can hear that each of them has their own distinct flavor while singing, but their voices blend together extremely well. I really like all the B-sides too. Diamond is reminiscent of their older, more jazz-influenced Velvet style. This was the type of B-side that I was expecting to be on the album. It reminds me of tracks like Be Natural and Automatic. My favorite B-side is definitely Feel Good. I've been hooked from it from the first listen. It's a laid-back song, but there's something about it that keeps making me want more. I don't know why, but the melody kind of reminds me of White Noise by EXO, but less house-influenced. Jelly feels almost like a brighter counterpart to Feel Good in terms of the composition, but like with Feel Good, the lyrics are quite dark and twisted. The song sounds nothing like Russian Roulette, but it reminds me of it because of this aspect. It's masquerading as a more cheerful song when in reality there's gloom and obsession beneath the surface. I'm also really happy that they included Uncover as a bonus track on the album. It is such a gorgeous song, and I think in terms of the sound, it fits the album very well. If Seulgi hadn't already performed this song for their last concert, I would have thought that the song was made exclusively for the album. Overall, I was definitely pleased with this release. Red Velvet always delivers fantastic songs, and I'm not surprised to find myself liking the B-sides on this album more than the title. I think all the songs do a great job of making Monster a cohesive album without sounding the same. The theme of the lyrics is similar for the tracks, but the production is executed differently for each song. Irene and Seulgi promised something different from Red Velvet's already extremely versatile discography, and this definitely felt like something unique, even by their high standards. I'm happy to see the two of them maturing as artists, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us in the future. Now, I want to know your thoughts on their debut, so let me know in the comment section below. Also, what is your favorite B-side from the album? Thank you guys so much for watching.